Who wants breakfast? You girls hungry for breakfast? We got yogurt with vitamins, cherries, strawberries, cut up tomatoes, a few cut slices of cut up orange. Yeah, and the black cherries, I think I said that. Ava, get in there and get you some. Wilma? Come on, Wilmy. Here. Let's get you something. Wilma's broody. Come here. Come here. No, don't. No, let her have some. Baby, what'd you get over there? See, as you can see, they've been feather picking still. Hi. Yeah. Here, let's let Wilma have some. Usually Wilma will get some after they're done, and I give them worms, but I got my hands full, so let Wilma have some. Get back. Let Wilma have some. No. Yummy. Yummy. Here. Don't worry, she'll get enough. I'll make sure. Because they eat a little bit, and then they slow down, and then Wilma has some, and then they eat a little more, and I give them worms. It's got this is their dish from yesterday. I worked overnight last night, so just taking it out now. I do a few different jobs. I'm a nurse, and then I'm also a dueling piano player, so and I also write my own songs. We have our own band, so lots of music. But I don't know. So I just played in Sykeston, Missouri last night, which is about 4 hours away. So I am really tired. Hi! And in the morning, I gotta switch back to my nurse schedule. Hi, baby on show. Hi, hi, Carnia. Come here. You want snuggles? They want snuggles. Oh, hi, buddies. Hi, buddies. Hi, Shira. I had gotten this, it's called No Pickin' for Chickens spray, and I sprayed it on their little booties, and it made them feather pick even more. So I was really kind of disappointed, because when it goes on their feathers, it's kind of dried on their feathers and made their feathers look different, and then they're like, ooh, what's going on with the feathers? Let's feather pick some more. So it did not work for these girls. Nothing works for these girls. Hi, Angel. So it's been a real challenge dealing with the feather picking. They're just so bored, but we can't let them out to free range because we have too many foxes. Too many foxes. And we have hawks, so they get bored. Normally I'd have this filled up with greens too, but I'm out of greens. I need to get them some more greens. Change out their water, do a little cleaning. I give them hugs and swing rides. And I think little Carmi is the worst feather picker, because look how plush her booty is. Still pretty plush compared to the other girls. Show off your booty. Yeah. She says, no, look at my face. I'm right here. I'm right here. But poor little Angel's losing her butt feathers. Thanks to you. And then those girls, oh, it's been a nightmare, honestly. I've got the other pen over there, but it's not quite as secure, so I don't want to leave them in there all the time if I'm not home. During the day, I feel better about it, but at night, the hardware cloth on that particular one isn't as large of a gauge as this pen and the Kelso's pen. There's Billy. Hi, Billy, way over there. And Coco. So, yeah, these little girls are a handful. Dealing with feather picking has just been really, really difficult. So if anybody has any suggestions, I did try pinless peepers out of desperation. I had the vet put them on. They were too small, and it caused some damage on their beaks. So, oh, that was a nightmare. They're healed from that, but that was horrible. Nothing like too severe, but it was really traumatic for me. It even broke on little Ava. I don't know if you can see here. Hey, maybe. On her little nostril, which is very dirty, there's a little broken spot on her little bone there. So, my goodness, that was from those horrible pinless peepers. I did get them a larger size, but I'm really afraid to put them on. Shira, there she goes. No feather picking. No. That's a bad habit you girls are in. Yes. Maybe I could try. The only other thing I can think of to try, and it's hard because I work so many jobs, would be to sit in here for a couple of days straight and just correct them verbally whenever they do feather pick, because they do respond to that. But I can't be in here all the time. But maybe if I could dedicate a couple of days to doing that, it would help with their feather picking, because I'm really discouraged. I've tried everything. I mean, they have stuff to do, stuff to peck at, food galore. Shira, no. They've got so many things to do, and even fresh breakfast, and they want a feather pick. So it is just really difficult. So I think today I'll put little Shira in that pen, since she's been the most aggressive about the feather picking today. And yeah, I'll let you know how it goes if I can end up spending a couple days with them. But currently I'm just watching for any signs of bleeding or anything getting too severe. Then I'll have to separate again, which is really difficult to do when you don't have space to separate all of the girls. It's really hard. So yeah, I do have those extra large pinless peepers I could try again, but with the trauma that those last ones caused, I am really nervous about it. I did alter the bigger ones a little bit, so if I do put them on, hopefully it won't cause damage. If I get really desperate, I could have the vet put those bigger sized ones on. But my gosh, I don't know what to do. These girls, if I could let them free range all the time, it would completely fix the problem. I'm pretty sure. And we do have a fence that my husband is very slowly working on building. He does dueling pianos with me, and plus he works in the studio. We have our own studio called Clucker City Studio, so he's busy with that. So he just does what he can when he can. But once that's up, they've got grass over there that we've left for them to eat when they do come out. I let them out when I can with Cinder, our dog, but Cinder doesn't handle this heat very well, so I can't leave her out all the time with them. So yeah, it's a challenge. But maybe when I get this fence up, we can have maybe a livestock guardian dog with them, and then just leave them out in the fenced-in area. Shira. No. Thank you for listening, buddy. Little stinker. So Shira's gonna have to go in the small pen today. Yeah, you are. Yeah, you are. Carmia, don't even think about it. Aw, they're laying on the ground to cool down. Sometimes I wet their ground as well, but I've learned that if you wet the ground in the heat and it stays wet for too long in the heat, Shira, no, then what happens is coccidia grows like crazy and they get very sick. So what I do now is I just let them lay on the ground. If it's like a heat advisory, maybe once a day I might put some hose water down on the ground to make it a little cooler for them, but then I let it completely dry out before I do it again, because I was doing that for a while, and it worked so good to keep them cool. They weren't even panting, and it was like 100 degrees. But then coccidia grew like crazy, and everybody got sick. So I can't do that anymore. I guess that's how we learn. But I'll let you guys know how the feather picking saga continues, and hopefully ends soon. They're 2 years old now. They turned 2 in May. And I'm really hoping that maybe it's something that they might outgrow too. I really, really hope. They're so active, these girls. They're from Cackle Hatchery, and they're just really, really active. I suspect maybe they mixed them with another breed. For example, Shira kind of looks like a game hen rather than a Buff Orpington. Yes, yes. She's a tiny little mini. She's not heavy like the other girls. Yeah. But yeah, I think that maybe Cackle, maybe mix them with game hen to make them, try to make them more healthy maybe, I don't know. But so I don't think they're like pure Buff Orpingtons that you get at Cackle Hatchery. Just, you know, by having some in my own, they're definitely mixed with something, I would guess. I'm no expert, but that would be my guess. Oh, they're so cute. But they're the best little pets, and they're so sweet. But they just have a naughty feather picking habit. But I'll keep working on it. So, well, stay cool, everybody. I know there's heat advisories everywhere. Stay cool and have a fun, safe, happy, healthy, joyous rest of your Sunday. We'll talk to you guys soon. Bye-bye.